know how I do.
Song of the Siren disjointed the fight and came back in favor of Fnatic.
And we're back, moving into the draft for Game 2 of this best-of-5 grand finals for our regular season of the Eastern Division, D2L Season 5. Oh, man, I can't wait to see what's in store in Game 2 because Game 1 was a thriller. It was back and forth. Arguably, I would love to have it checked by someone. I'm willing to wager that was the highest kill per minute ratio we've seen in all Eastern play so far. These teams neither pulling punches and pulling out all the stops, knowing their final stop, if they manage to succeed, is going to be in Las Vegas come January. LV leading off with the Ancient Apparition and a Bristleback in second position. Going to be Lycan Visage and the Ogre Magi as a 3 coming out after that.
I believe, and I could be wrong, but I remember LV running this before in the tournament, and I think it was a contributing factor to the one loss that they had, or at least they lost the game. I don't remember for sure. I'd have to go double check that when we have a static moment. But very interesting draft from them, even more so with the Alchemist pickup. So LVD, LVD, LV. There's so many LVs, Gs, Ds, Inflame, July. It's confusing me, man. Long night, but. Ancient Apparition, if they can get that amount of farm onto him every single time, why not? Hero is just so good. LGD, though, going with something different with the Lycan Visage. Very nice combo in its own right. The Visage Birds function quite nicely with that extra howl damage. And they spent a lot of time. You couldn't see this because we just jumped in, but they spent a lot of time figuring out what first 2 bans they wanted. They quickly banned out the DP, but they were really second-guessing themselves on what's next to ban. And they actually banned out the Invoker, really feeling that was more of a threat to them than something else. So interesting, though, that the Tide has not been picked up or banned yet.
No, I agree. That's what jumped out to me as well. Taking a look at the ban list, and of course the respect ban to DDC. Looks like they agree with our good friend Artur and think that that Invoker is pretty legit, so won't get his hands on it this time around. Do like seeing the Alchemist pick up, though. That's a hero you and I had a decent conversation in one of our games about. We saw him picked not long ago, and we had a conversation about how this metagame does seem to be favoring heroes, be it support, be it farm or whatever, that are naturally tanky, that tend to have at least some AoE to them. And Alchemist, depending on how you want to count the Unstable Concoction, is a small AoE, but also has the Acid Spray, which is a large AoE. He's naturally tanky, as we had mentioned. He also has the ability to very quickly shift gears into a semi-carry if he is being played as a support. If he gets any farm priority at all in the later levels, once he gets a few points into Grievel's Greed, he piles gold very quickly and can manage to bring items to the field that a lot of heroes in a similar position never would. And the question is just why isn't he as popular as one would assume he would be given the meta? And I don't know if there's a solid answer for that. Just right now, not a lot of people giving him a lot of attention. LV, though, changing the trend.
Yeah, Venomancer pickup is a very different draft. And I think this is very bold by them. And they feel pretty confident going into game 2, doing something a little bit different. So interesting stuff from them. Batrider picked up for LGD. More of a standard draft, obviously, coming out of the side of LGD. But standard doesn't mean bad. I think these are very, very good heroes. Ogre Magi is as we saw last game, with some good farm onto him, can be a threat from all stages of the game, really. A very tanky support, doesn't die easily, has a good point stun to set things up. So yeah, I think LGD has a more balanced and predictable lineup, but I'm interested to see how LV, like, what their plan is, because they had a plan last game. It worked. It was more standard. Also, LGD had a plan last game too. If you saw, like, for the first 20 minutes, everything they did was super deliberate. They were smoking at, like, what given times. You could just tell that things were working for them, and they knew exactly what they wanted to do. But once Spectre got, I think it was that kill that we actually missed. That kill onto the anti-mage from Spectre. Like, I didn't see it, and that was just like, boom. He had, like, instantly 2,000 more gold than him, picked up his Radiance, had 1,000 gold after that, and that was really the slipping point there. But LV with a very different draft this time.
Yeah, LV banning out the Ember, not wanting to deal with that on Yao again, so one would imagine they're assuming they're looking for a mid hero this time around. And, I mean, they could run the mid Lycan, they could safe lane him. It depends. I mean, Bad Rider, we can just about be assured is going to be out in the off lane. For LV, I've got a lot more questions. What are they going to do the Bristleback? Is he farming? Is that a core alchemist? Or is that a support alchemist? Are they going to show us the core Venomancer, which we have seen at times have success? It's a little thin in terms of what you can actually do with it and when you need to execute. It's not something you can just run and be like, oh, I got a great start. He's got a lot of CS in lane, therefore we're fine for a while. It's going to be a sniper picked up by LGD Gaming, and we actually saw IG running this to some success just the other night, and want to see how LGD plans to handle it. I like the sniper, Visage, and Lycan a whole hell of a lot, just in terms of being able to slowly siege towers with nothing but familiars, with summons once Lycan manages to get a book up, sniper with his range. They're going to be basically, and you know, on the side of LV, I see only one hero right now that maybe builds a Blink Dagger, and that's the Alchemist. I guess you could get one on the Venomancer, but still, he's a damage dealing kind of an initiator or you know, hero, no matter what he ends up being, be a core support. He's not going to give you a stun, and in terms of stuns, they got one right now. They desperately need some AoE lockdown. They need some way to take fights against LGD other than just being kited to death by a fast Lycan in ulti form and a sniper who's pecking away and just basically stutter stepping his way to safety.
Yeah, I don't really understand LV Gaming's lineup. Troll Warlord last for Inflame. Very interested to see how this works out. It's going to be a core Venomancer, it looks like. Lin is playing that, also known as Whisper. And so support Alchemist. I think core Venomancer is necessary because, like you said, jumping on the sniper, they don't really have too much initiation. I think he has to get a blink. I think his build needs to be Arcanes, Mech, Blink, Ags. Like, that's with very, very little deviation. They really need a way to stop that sniper from his long range. And I vastly superior LGD Gaming's lineup. I think it's much more standard. I think they have ways to deal with LV and multiple different heroes. Lycan's so strong. The Visage birds are going to work well with Lycan. I mean, it's just a very standard, good lineup. I'm waiting to see what LV can bring to the table with this very different draft.
10 seconds
yeah, I'm confused as well. Like, when I look around, I don't see a whole lot of natural synergy. I mean, there's some to a degree between the Venomancer and the Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, and his Nova, Poison Nova. But, I mean, other than that, like, when you look at LGD, we can go down the list and come up with 100 different things. Except we are going to have a very quick pause, and hopefully it won't last that long. But, I mean, we can, you know, even simple stuff like the Ogre Magi and the fact that the Lycan is almost always going to get a BKB in the mid game. Ogre should by then have at least one, if not 2, 3, or 4 points into his Bloodlust, and that naturally makes the Lycan even more deadly than he already is. You can Bloodlust the Sniper, and that works fine, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully MMY can get himself sorted with some new keys, and one can only hope they've got a few laying around somewhere. But yeah, like, I just don't see it that much with LV. I mean, they've got decent, I mean, like, I don't even, like, the Ice Blast is going to work well with the Poison. The Poison Nova is going to work well with Warpath from the Bristleback if he's able to get tanky and just run around and Quill Spray like hell and do damage. They've got Acid Spray as well, so armor reduction's a part of it. Like, this is a very debuff / drag it out kind of oriented team, but I don't really, again, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I missing something here? I'm just not seeing how this all fits together in one coherent, you know, picture.
I mean, your guess is honestly as good as mine. I don't know. Like, it's already known if you've watched our cast and watched me. Like, I'm not a fan of Troll to begin with, unless he synergizes something with the or someone else synergizes with the battle trance. But they don't really have anything. Again, it's the best they got is the attacks from Bristleback after he gets a ton of stacks, which is not bad. It has to be a roach-centered lineup. That's the only thing I'm thinking here. Like, they have negative armor with Bristleback. Troll's ulti, Demons on the Alchemist can do negative armor, and then you have good AoE blink canceling from the Venomancer. But I don't know. I just don't think that's enough. I don't think Roche is as important as it once was. The position of it's different. The Aegis doesn't last as long anymore. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of LV's lineup, but we'll have to see if they turn us into believers or not. But I'm going to go with LGD on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think LGD. I think the room for error on LV is razor thin, like straight razor thin. I don't think they can make many mistakes and recover. And this just has the feeling of one of those games where if LV executes to a very high level, it's going to go to 50 minutes. If they execute to a mediocre level, it'll be over in 28. Like, it just has that feel to me, because LGD with a Lycan and a Sniper, two very snowbally heroes, I just don't know how you cope with them if you're really not leading the game the majority of the time. And like you said, if it is a Roche-centered lineup, all right, so you get behind, say, 6K net worth, you don't really have a hardcore carry that can go toe-to-toe with the Lycan or the Sniper, and you get an Aegis. Then what? Like, what's the plan? Like, I understand an Aegis is always a good thing, but it's not like you can be like, we got a Spectre, we just farm and protect tier 3s and, take Roche every time it's up. Like, that, this lineup does not have that texture to me, and I worry very much for what's going to happen if they drop a Stitch in the mid-game or even in the laning phase.
Yeah, I think this Troll's going to get kited so easily. Like, the Grave Chill is enough to even just make him useless. So, for one, he's going to have to get BKB. But even then, those charges are probably going to dwindle down pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. I will say, though, that Troll is actually pretty good in 1v1s against Lycan. Like, you can easily go toe-to-toe with Lycan 1v1. But like I said, you're probably going to get kited by Ignite, the slows from Shrapnel and Sniper, the Grave Chill. Who's purple? What hero is he? I actually can't see. Remember what hero that was? What was that hero?
Who was it? I'm like you, I kind of forgot.
It's an offlane hero. Bat.
Yeah.
Bat Rider. Okay, even Bat Rider
yeah.
can slow you, and even through the BKB, you can get Bat Lassoed. So I think for all those reasons, you wouldn't want to draft Troll, but LV thinks otherwise.
Well, we're still paused, and hopefully we'll have an update to you momentarily. Once again, thanks to everyone for tuning in, and certainly for your patience right now, and certainly don't want MMY playing with a broken keyboard, so we'll wait it out as long as is necessary. This is a best of 5 finals of our bubble race. Team that comes out ahead here punches their ticket to Vegas. C-Deck is already there, has already qualified, winning the group stage overall, coming out in this same record as LV had, which was 6-1. And the reason they got the direct qualification was due to tiebreaker, which was win and loss ratio, not just how many wins and how many losses you had, but win-loss ratio, and that did favor C-Deck. So LV went as the number 1 seed into the bubble race. LGD went as the number 2, and then we had IG and Tongfu in the 4th and 3rd seed positions, respectively. They played each other. IG won, advanced to play LGD. LGD won, and here we are. So this is going to be the conclusion of our Eastern Division play until our grand finals. Doesn't mean there's not still a whole lot of action coming up on the D2L over coming weeks. And especially over coming days. We're still kind of sorting our schedule out. Those who have been keeping up with things have known we've had some dropouts and some drop-ins and things like that, which means we do have a little bit of chaos left to sort so far as the West goes. But make sure you hit follow here on twitch.tv/D2L, because that's our problem to worry about. All you got to do is show up and watch Dota. And if you follow us here on twitch.tv/D2L, every time this stream is live, you're going to find some quality Dota, always with me, and most of the time with my good friend Trouth as well. And would love to have you back as viewers in the future. And if you need updates on the D2L, you can find them on Twitter and Facebook. It's at D2LGG on Twitter, and the same handle on Facebook as well. And yeah, this is where it gets fun. I've done my plugs and done my social media promotion, and now we can only beat it to death so long. We don't like LV's draft, okay? Done. We don't like it. And we do like LGDs for all the reasons we've listed. So what's new with you, homie? How we been?
Good. Trying to be more healthy. Trying to stand while I cast now. I was thinking, like...
Really?
Yeah, like, sitting all day long and sitting for long casts. It's got to be unhealthy, right? So I'm trying to stand sometimes every once in a while. Get the blood moving. That's all I got to really add to this.
Yeah. I get up and walk around in between games pretty much all the time, too. It's good. It's good friend of mine, Jeff, coworker in Control, for those who know StarCraft, actually had a clot problem develop in his leg from sitting for long periods. And yeah, he's very big on making sure people who are gaming and hardcore gamers that do play, you know, a significant number of hours, or in our case, cast, even if we're not playing, make sure you get up and walk around, man, because apparently it's really painful and really freaking scary being rushed to the hospital because you're in pain and there's a clot in your leg. So don't want that to happen to anyone. And yeah, I'm doing the healthy thing too. I'm trying to. I'm not the healthiest guy to begin with, but working on the no carb deal. And I actually like no carb. It's fine so long as you're like working all the time and you're busy. Where it's miserable is when you get a lot of free time and you want to be social and you want to like go places and do things. You cannot eat or drink anything with your friends, and it sucks.
No beer.
No beer, man. Vodka on the rocks. Every time.
You know, at least in Canada, you can't really be an alcoholic because the beer and alcohol in general is so damn expensive. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you've ever been up here, but like a 6-pack of just like regular, I don't know, cheap Bud Light or whatever, it's like $12 or something. It's ridiculous.
You know what that's called? That's called bad. That's not good at all.
Yeah, it is bad.
Oh,
hey!
Looks like we're good. Hey! Alrighty, guys. Game number 2 of LGD versus LV should be underway. And give me the countdown. There we are. Now let's watch these lanes take shape and continue to absolutely abuse to, what's the word? I want to say it, but I'm flagellate. No, I think, yeah, self-flagellation. Yeah, okay, so it does work in that context. To flagellate a near-dead horse about why we think LGD is going to win, not just the lane phase, but the game.
Yeah. Lynn buying boots on the Corvino. Okay, so is this going to be an aggro tri-lane from LV with someone in the short lane? That's the question. I'm looking at items. Here comes an aggressive smoke. He has 2 on him. Well, 1 now because he just used 1, but he has 2 smokes. Looks like they just want to be ultra aggressive. Maybe that's the recipe for this LV lineup. Oh, he's actually going to break it. He gets the kill so fast.
He took the point too. That's the thing. That he had not put a point in. They're going to kill him. That's first blood. Shut up, AC and Trouf, is what the announcer should have said. DDC draws first blood. But yeah, I was watching him. I noticed he hadn't put a point into Gale and was running down there. If you're going to go that aggressive and just barrel into the dark like that, you better have a point placed or you better be quick. Lynn, I don't know how he was so quick. He ran like this is worth mentioning. It was such a good reaction. He ran like this, started to face this way. So in basically, well, it couldn't have been more than 100 milliseconds. Yeah, he turned exactly like this, turned, took a point, and hit a Gale. So fast.
Well, that just shows that their communication too. Like they knew, no matter what, they wanted to take engagement. Because what happens for most teams like that, when you go 5v5 and you meet somebody, both teams will separate. They will run in opposite directions just for a second because that's instinctive. It's just what you do. You reassess the situation. You think, oh, do I want to go? And you kind of quickly collaborate with your team. And yeah, we want to go. We have a stronger. But he just knew, like no matter what, that was the fastest reaction I've seen. And it's going to be a straight up off lane Venomancer with boots first. So, very interesting stuff here. Looks like LV, DDC, and Demons are actually camping up here in the top lane. Demons is camping out over on the left side, maybe netting a kill onto Angelai. They get it, I think.
Yep. He takes Firefly. Right behind him. Got him. Do they have the damage? They almost have it. And now they're burning. They need to get out of that mess. And I was just going to comment before they decided to go there that there's one weakness that stands out immediately, and this is 2 melees against a bad rider. So this is going to be a very hard lane for them to effectively zone out. DDC is going to have to earn his keep. And Demons, I think, to really be effective in the early lane phase, needs to make something happen mid at some point. He's going to need to get a rune, an invis, or something like that, and roam out. Otherwise, I think this bat has a chance to get a lot done here.
Yeah, he's pulling right now, so just trying to get some extra levels. And it is going to be the Lycan bottom, which I think is actually, in a sense, good for LV because they can pressure Yao a little bit more in the mid lane. This hero, Sniper, obviously is very susceptible to ganks. And Flame put some damage with these Whirling Axes spam. And ferried some extra tangos for his way, and he's probably going to get a bottle after this, so... Interesting lanes coming out for LV, but so far they're working. Batrider isn't getting too much. In fact, he isn't level 2 yet.
Yeah, they're actually doing a better job of managing him than I thought. I would have thought for sure he'd be like 2.5. Because, like, outside of Demons just, winding up on a concoction and hoping and praying that they manage to have the damage with Chilling Touch, it seemed like In July would have been able to get a little closer to the wave, but I'm going to eat my words again. LV is actually doing a really good job of pushing him back and keeping him off the wave.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I was getting distracted a little bit there, but Siler, he's probably going to be free farming as expected. And Bristle, but I'm curious also to see what build this goes. I remember there was a period of time towards the beginning of D2L where Bristleback was picked up a lot, and he would always go for the Crimson Guard no matter what. And it's obviously pretty effective here too against Lycan and the Wolves. But yeah, I'm curious to see how he evolves in the rest of this game.
As am I. Double damage picked up by the Sniper. Should be able to last hit really well with this. Talking about this mid matchup, how about 12 for 9? The Troll and the Sniper, roughly even. He's going to be right back to even after clearing that way. But Troll's doing a good job getting his work done. Remember going back a while ago, like a long time ago, like a year or more ago, there were some teams who actually did love to draft. Wow, he's taking so much damage. They did love to draft the mid Troll, and it was almost always phase BKB. Like that was the build. You maybe slide in like a Bassi or an Aquila if you were in really good shape. But here's that smoke we knew was going to have to come at some point. This needs to be effective. The Troll needs the help, and Demons and Lin need to earn their keep. They're both level 2 right now. They're actually going to run right into the bat and have it popped, and that's very unfortunate for them, as this is going to end up being a wasted smoke. And it looks like they're actually headed to top lane anyway. They're going to try to wrap around to begin with.
Huh, yeah. It is unfortunate. They thought maybe there's going to be a ward here. Yao is actually bottle crowing. And it would have worked too because the lane position, it was like right here. So Yao is going to have to walk like where he is right here to get those creeps before he knew where the supports were. So it definitely would have worked there. Unfortunate that they actually had it popped.
DDC damn near killed that bat just now. Like if he had auto-attacked one more time, he may have killed him. Like he ran him down from a lot to nothing, and now he has to go all the way back to the base. He is level 3 now, though, and when he comes out of Fountain, he may go right into the jungle and see if they want to swap it up. The leader in CS right now is not a guy you want to be leading in CS. That's Siler on the Lycan. Here's his Tranks, and yeah, I think he may end up just going to the jungle to stay safe. Yao, 17 CS through the Trolls 20, so he's still doing quite well. Bristleback's at 26 himself. Let's talk about the impact on this Bristleback. You're giving him one position farm. You're giving him one position attention. What's the best way you think to maximize him in this particular game?
Well, first get your core items up like you would for most any active core, which is in this case going to be the Vanguard, maybe even a full Crimson Guard, but it's pretty expensive. I think he needs to also make sure on top of that he gets some other good stat items to help him. Oh, he misses some CS right there. So good stat items to make sure he can spam enough in fights, because his power is really going to come from how much he can cast spells. Because you get extra stacks on the Warpath. Come level 16, that Warpath does a ton of plus damage. It's like, I think you can get up to like 250 or something like that. It's ridiculous. So I think he just needs to get core items and then start running at people, man. Start running at people.
Yeah, I think LV's going to have to outmaneuver them. This is not a game where I think they can just outfarm them, or they can just take a couple of big fights and snowball. I feel like LGD is actually in that position. They can take a couple of big fights, get a little ahead of LV, and then just snowball over top of them. I think LV has to outmaneuver them, and not in the short term. Like, they need to win the lane phase, or at least break even. Mid game is going to be ultra important to them with this composition. Like, you don't want to go ultra late against a Lycan and a Sniper. You just don't. Like, they're just going to maul you.
And Boy Flame is doing pretty damn good in mid, actually. As we saw, the little rotations kind of scared Yao a bit, and as a result, he was playing back and wasn't CSing, but hey, it helps in Flame. He's actually up on the Sniper about 8 CS, so doing quite well for himself. Curious to see what kind of build he goes for. I'm assuming Mech comes out from Lin. Double damage is being... Oh, Lin spots out some supports bottom. And is the Vlad's up? Yep, he gets the Vlad's, goes to the jungle, and now here's where MMY gets some farming. Speaking of some supports, this MMY playing Visage is quite good. We've seen it before in this tournament, and he performs admirably.
Demons is once again in mid, but look at Yao's positioning. Playing so safe over to the right, knowing where the darkness is, and not wanting to be anywhere near it. And now he's going to get a full wave right up under his tower. And they need to do something. I know it's early, it's 7 minutes in, but they haven't made a real run at the Sniper yet. They haven't accomplished anything outside of that first blood. They need to do something. And down at bottom, they're actually just going to kill Lin. That's not good news. You don't want to be giving him MY or Siler farm. And now they're going to go on Yao. They need this kill badly. Unstable Concoction's on point. They're going to get the kill. Now they need to get out. Bat's going to be there. Doesn't have his lasso. Does have Firefly. Demons is going to be the target. 2 stacks of sticky napalm. 3. And here comes Siler to help out. Inflame's going to come back over. He doesn't need to be there. I'm not sure why he came. Like, all he's doing is risking himself. There's no way they were bailing him out. They end up going 1 for 1, trading the Alchemist for the Sniper, support for mid-core. I'm okay with that, but they need to be a little cleaner. Like, I can't express it enough. I don't think they can make many mistakes. I don't think they can really treat even that often.
Shrapnel coming out right as he TPs. It's level 4. I like this, and he throws it not even on the creep wave or the hero, just the tower. All business. So that tower will be falling relatively shortly. Phase boots up for the troll. And in July, coming up, I hear an ulti. Maybe it's just a farming one, but...
DDC and ZYF being zoned a bit by this bat, but he is beginning to do some damage. Got a couple of stacks of the goo and using his quill spray. Lynn, in the meantime, is getting close to 6. He's not wealthy at all. The Wolves have got an eye on him, but he's got to be careful. Like, this is a lane where he could die at any time when Siler hits 6, and right here we're going to see it.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. Like, you can't be out there like this. You are going to die over and over again. That's just feed. Like, he can't be there. If Siler's not accounted for, he will just die like that. Yao now, catching an unstable concoction uphill, but no follow. He did pop his double damage in Flame. Actually catches him from behind. Now he's going to whirling axes. Diving him again. And I guess Yao has to pay attention and not feed too, because Inflame just walked up and killed him like it was no big deal.
Well, at the very least, 2 good things happened there for LGD in the meantime. They actually got the tower kill. Yao did with his shrapnel in mid. Wasn't denied. And the Batrider actually denied the tower up top. So, double kill actually. I wasn't even paying attention to that, but Inflame just going ham apparently. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I was actually watching it top because I thought we were going to see ZYF dive this ogre. And didn't happen. That's 3 to 4 now. LV, this is what they need. Lin has to be careful. My God, I can't believe he's so close. I know that his ulti's on cooldown and you know that, but look at the damage. Like, he's so not tanky at all. And they may collapse on Yao again. Yep, here they come. In Flame right there. Ice Blast is on the way. And Yao dead again. And we might have to reevaluate our feelings on this troll. Because to be honest, I don't see troll played this way very often. Like, usually he's played as just like a typical core, bounces in and out of fights, prioritizes farm. He's just like looking at the sniper going, nah, I can kill him. It's fine. And he just runs at him and kills him. Like, it's that easy.
Yeah, the slow actually from the whirling axes is really effective early on. People don't realize how long it lasts too at level 4. I think it's like 7 seconds or something. Like, I can't see it because he hasn't toggled it, but I'm pretty sure it's synonymous to what the melee one is. Like, it goes 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think the slow is 30%? Might be more, actually. I don't even know, but I know it's good. The damage isn't good, but the slow is what it's all about.
The Visage is actually going Midas, BT dubs, so MMY wanting to take it late. And why wouldn't they? They have a lineup that, again, as good as they're doing now on the side of LV, late game is a complication for them. And I think they're going to want to try to get a win here within 40 minutes, like minimum.
Nice quad, maybe even 5 stack here for both Inflame and Demons. Demon stings level 6 by it. Inflame gets a ton of farm. What is he going to buy is the question. Like, could he even go for the pub, dare I say, Shadow Blade?
Yeah. Let's get that Lothar's, boy. We'll see. He's playing it like a pub. He's literally just running at towers, being like, it's fine, I got it. And he's getting the job done. I'm far be it from me to pass judgment when he's got 3 kills. And he's killed the sniper, what? Yeah, 3 times. So, sniper, all 3 of those deaths.
He actually walks over to get this buff. Faith, bash instantly.
Wow. And Faith bailed out by Inflame. Ice Blast is there. And Siler helps clean him up. Now, this is where you worry. Gets the kill, but he ends up dead. And 359 gold going to the Ogre Magi. Let's see if they can bounce back. Yao, is he going for Midas, you think?
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. I mean, they have better late game and very good high ground defense, so wouldn't surprise me.
Well, LV continues to be tested. There's the Midas done on the Visage. And our sniper, not close to his Midas if he actually does want it. He could just finish treads here. And we'll wait and see. But he's just going to continue to farm. Now, what's LV's next step? Like, to me, what they're doing right now, spreading out, farming the map, this is chancy. Because every time you do this, the Lycan's farming the map, MMY's farming the map, Yao's farming the map. Those are 3 heroes that will just walk over you if you're not careful.
Well, theoretically, demons can turn into a pretty big carry. But they're posing a defense bottom. They don't actually have a glyph. So if they want to defend this, they need to get down here now. Ice Blast is going to hit MMY, which is good. Actually hit Sidearc too. Gale off the mark. But to answer your question, I think they need to push this bottom tower, this tier 1 down here. I think that's going to give them access into the jungle of LGD. And that's where they can really start punishing them and actually out-farming them. And actually, once they get that, it becomes easier access to Roshan as well. So I think this bottom tower needs to be the focus.
ZYF. You see a Bristle and you assume he's going to farm a bit, but that's a full Crimson Guard already done, man. 13 minutes in. Crimson Guard finished.
Yeah, this is kind of what I expected too. Like, they love the Crimson Guard.
Maybe that's the go item. Mech never did show up, and that's because the Veno ended up grabbing an urn. Alchemist, not a ton of gold for him. Yeah, it's Shadowblade, dude. I don't know if you noticed. Troll's getting a Shadowblade, for sure.
Nice. Well, if you hit bashes, I think it's fine. Ooh, Faith and... Okay, no, they're just coming to place a ward. Here we go, MMY. He might bite the dust. Yeah, he is. If he walks to the left a little bit, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yep. There's the Unstable Concoction. Easy kill. That's going to be 25 seconds with his Midas off cooldown as well, so nice little added bonus for them there. Inflame, in the meantime, going to be engaged in mid, and that's going to be another death for him. He cannot just die like that. He simply can't. He's going to end up getting shut down and not catching back up. And you just, like, especially at night, he's out by himself while the rest of his team is smoked elsewhere. And I understand he wants to show his face, but there's no tower. There's no safety there. And just feels like he was overextended a bit, even though he was on his side of the map. Tier 1 bottom under assault. Tier 1 top. Yao is pushing towards it. They're going to take this down with plenty of time to either push through the tier 2 and force it back, or to get back to the top. And Visage actually got the deny. Well played with those familiars.
Oh, I saw it coming from a mile away, too. He actually started the attack very early, too, so I thought he wasn't going to get it because you exponentially get less damage on those birds. Resummons the birds, was fearing them to die. As, yeah, very nice play by MMY.
There's that Shadowblade. Let's see it, Troll. You're now 3-2-3. You've got to get it into gear, and Lynn's going to get dove. He needs to get up in those trees. Stay in the trees, Lynn. Stay in the trees. He'll get back. A little bit, anyway. Picks up a Bassie. And nobody else is heading that way. Yeah, I think they just want to pressure bottom.
Or they could go for Roche. Like, they have a really good Roche lineup with the negative armor from the goo. It is only level 1, but adds up very, very quickly.
Now this is better. Having demons here, this is a much harder duo to dive. You know, with Lynn, it's just a slow. You don't have a stun. With demons here, you can throw out the acid spray as we just saw. Tough to run through that. There will be a lasso on Lynn. No response, as they know he is just flat out dead to begin with. And demons is even going to walk away. Down at bottom, they're trying to get some damage under this tier 2. And I'm honestly not sure who this favors. The kill on the... Oh, this is going to favor Yao. That's a lot of damage he's doing. And he has the Crimson Guard if he wants to activate. There's going to be an Ice Blast. Caught him. And he gets slowed as well from Inflame. And yep, they're on him. Now they activate that Crimson Guard. So it looks like the plan is basically Pub Stomp Troll with the Bristleback picked for the goo and for the Crimson Guard. Like, that's literally what it looks like. They're like, okay, we're just going to run at you. We hope we can beat you up. And Lynn gets caught with a multicast up at top. In July, they're trying to burn him down with the Firefly. Fate's going to go ahead and TP away. Lynn's going to burn to death if he's not really careful. And here comes Sylar. Yeah, he wants to come in and finish this kill off on his own. Big reactions are coming. Lynn bought a little bit of time, but that Firefly burned a perfect retreat path through the woods for Sylar. So he's going to be able to make it back and even get a little goodie on his way. 382 gold, not bad. So they do take the tier 2 bottom when all's said and done, and they do kill the sniper again. But let's take our first look at the goal graph now that it's 16 minutes in. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we expected. LGD, despite what they've given up, despite the fact they're behind in kills and the towers are dropping, they're still more efficient. They're still gaining ground in this game.
Demons does almost have a mech, so that's good for him. LV's, I will say that their damage output is pretty scary once they get their abilities out. And that's just a level 1 goo. You're going to get more negative armor once it gets up to level 3. At least initially it starts off at 2 at level 3, so it's very good. once he levels that up. And they have amazing Roshan potential. So, yeah, I don't know. They also haven't really been fighting as 5 like with this level 4 Alchemist goo. Very, very good. Another negative 7 armor knocked off onto that. So I don't know. I'm still waiting to see a 5-on-5 engagement from LV. Maybe you throw some BKBs up on a troll too.
Yeah.
This Shadowblade though is pretty trolly though. Get it, trolly?
Hey. Clever guy. Especially, anytime you make a joke like that, you gotta follow up with it. Be here all week, folks. Tip your wait staff. But yeah, the BKB I think would be excellent for Troll. And he's got 2,000 gold. I mean, Troll's doing all right, man. Problem is, Siler's doing about 1,900 gold better than all right. And that Midas, geez, he's got 4,000 gold. 4,000 gold on the Lycan right now. Like, he is fat.
He very much is. They're going to go for Roshan. It will get scouted, as they do have a counter ward down there, so they know that they've been scouted. But I think they can just do this. Yeah, it's going to file so fast.
There's the book 1 and 2 on the Lycan. That's a mech done on Demons in the meantime. They're going to get this before they come in. Now it's a matter of if they want to engage anyway. Shrapnel shot. Lin has a haste. And this is not a good, maybe not the best idea, Lin. Ice Blast is going to be on the mark. And he's doing okay. Wow, he's just running them down. And they're going to be able to possibly kill Yao here. In the meantime, there's the Crimson Guard. Faye's going to end up dead. In July can't find a target. In Flame, though, eating a fair amount of damage, has to run away to the south. And that's a 2 for 1. So yeah, they get the sniper again as well. I swear I think the game plan is run at them. So what's the plan? Run at them. Haste rune on Vino, run at them. Oh, you got a Crimson Guard, run at them. And it's working.
Ooh, double kill on the birds right there from ZYF. That's a nice little 200 gold bounty for him.
Oh yeah.
And actually, if the Veno just attacked the sniper while he was channeling that ulti instead of ran away, I think he gets him to shatter range and lives. It was very, very close. He actually shattered right after he cast the ulti onto the Venomancer, so it ends up being a 1 from 2. But yeah, this run on him strat's pretty good. It is going to be a halberd actually for ZYF. Good evasion, good against the Lycan as well. I actually think Blink would be pretty good on him too. To call me crazy, but just getting in their face and casting these goos is going to be really effective here from LV.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Like, that's what they've done this whole game, is just get in their face a whole bunch, and it's working like a charm. In terms of farm, you know who's not in the top half of net worth? That Sniper. Yao is not having a good go of it. Siler right now is making up for it, though. He just finished his book 3, and Demons is so dead it's ridiculous. And Siler, oh, Siler's such a threat. Yeah, there was a TP into their own tier 2, and like, no, can't do that. And how are they going to cope with him? I mean, they've got, in theory, some ways. They're going to be able to reduce his armor if they're able to catch him with an Ice Blast before BKB, as I would imagine BKB will be his next item. They're going to be able to put a mischance on him with the Whirling Axes. I know all that, but he can just hit them for 1,000 million damage and kill them in 3 shots.
I think the biggest issue isn't just that. It's that plus it's hard to lock him down. Like you mentioned, the lack of stuns here is going to hurt LV in the late stages of the game. It's basically the Alchemist stun who didn't go for a blink first, just the mech, and the chance of a bash from Troll. Like, that's all they have.
Yep. Troll's going to have to carry his weight. And BKB is going to be, again, his sure. I would wager anything that's his next item. And when that comes out, life's going to be hard. I mean, they have the Gale. DYF going to assassinate right in the mouth. He does have his Halberd up, so Halberd at least can negate his damage to a certain extent. There's a gem on the high ground. I just noticed that. Not even sure why, but it's there. At top, Siler being cute, pushing towers, using just his wolves. Necro book off cooldown in 10 seconds, and Flame's going to show up. And yeah, just his presence in top lane was enough to pull 4 heroes off that mid tier 2.
Yep, he's level 16. They knew he was up here too. They pinged him out. He doesn't want to just walk up here because he's going to scare Sylar, but I'm pretty sure they still know he's up there. Maybe next Lothar's he actually walks up there and scout it out. We'll see. Yeah, see? He's actually walking up there. He knows he's here.
Doesn't even Lothar's up. Oh, really?
If he gets a passive bash, he kills him, I think.
Oh, there it is. Yep, Lothar's up. True Vision's there. And it has all of his mana burned off. That was an awkward little exchange, and they're going to go, oh, nice Ice Vortex, and they got him. Ice Blast is there. Can they get the kill? Force Staff. And he does maybe shatter. It's going to be, yes, they got him. DDC getting the job done. We're going to see the Aegis cleaned off, but that's okay. Inflame will happily trade an Aegis for that kill, no doubt about it. And more importantly, that went on the DDC, and DDC actually went Ghost Scepter first. He was so worried about surviving against the Sniper and the Lycan. That's 1,000 gold towards his Scepter, which he definitely still wants. And I can't believe they actually managed to kill him there. Like, that just goes to show, man, they can find a way. If you build your lineup and you're deliberate, you're very good at communication, and you've got some tools, you'll find a way to use them. It
also goes to show how much these teams play against each other. Like, they totally knew right where he was. Like,
yeah.
They pinged him out the second they saw those wolves counter-pushing by themselves.
Demon just eating some free damage there. There's a multicast ignite. With the acid sprays down, let's see if they actually want to try to do something here. In July has a lasso if he wants to go fishing. DDC actually was being targeted by Assassinate and got canceled. I'm not even sure why. Yep, that's why. They want to burn ZYF down instead. I think they should pull back here. I think if they hang, they're going to end up giving up 1 or 2 deaths. There's the BKB on Inflame. Very important pickup. He's going to teleport down the bottom. Lynn's already there. And he's right in front of MMY. And yep, here he comes. Shadow Blade. Hello, MMY. There's a Gale to follow. There's a Courier as well. I don't think they're too worried about that. Grave Chill gives him a little bit of movement speed. They're going to try to micro these familiars. Nope, never mind. Can they? Oh, he just dropped them before. And wow, he actually got one. Is he going to get the other one? He still may get them. Or get this one anyway. Lynn's going to pile on right with him. That's 100 free gold if he does. That's a little bit of missed micro flat out of MMY. Like, I don't... Like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a couple of times where he's been able to... Or he's been feeding some birds. He does have an axe, though. So it's good for him. But if he... It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, axe is great, but against heroes like Bristleback, for example, or axe... God, those birds just die so fast.
Agreed. And In July has had a pretty good game so far. See, he's 3-0-2. Feel like he needs to be more active, though. 5-2. And 4-0, actually, on this Ancient Apparition. Realized he had a pretty good game. Didn't know it had been that good. Collective 9-2 between the Troll and the Ancient Apparition, so not too shabby on those two. And even Demons is staying right at even KD at 2-2. And he's now got some points into Grievel's Greed, so being able to get some items up going to be very not only necessary, but possible at least. And he does have his Blink Dagger too. However, I still don't feel like LV's in any way out of the woods. We can see it's basically an even game, still slightly favoring LGD. But LV's, like, they just have to pour it on over and over and over again. I don't feel like there's going to, like, outside of like a 3-4 man wipe, 3-4 hero for nil, it's just so hard for me to imagine them actually getting a sizable lead built at any time. Like, they're just going to have to keep running at them until they eventually hit the fountain.
Yeah, I do think if Venomancer could somehow get this Ag's Blink, it's going to be really, really good against LGD. The trickle effect of the ulti still goes through the BKB2 once it's on you, and ooh, here comes, yep, LV, he is, or sorry, Lynn, I should say, totally dead. Wow.
And that's like, it's getting to the point I think they feel like they need to be 5-manning. Like, I don't think they can really afford to give up too many of those. And I feel like, honestly, they've given up a bit too many now. And just look at that, just off of that one exchange, because they farm so quickly, and because LV is basically surviving on the fact that they're taking fights that are slightly at their advantage. That's like 1,500 gold they gained overall. And now it's LGD who's actually 5-manning. And LV's got to be willing to do this. They have to be willing to stick together in 5-man for a while. If they rush out here, they may just all die, though. As, I don't know, they're a little separated out in the jungle. Here comes ZYF. And here comes Demons. And Demons gets a stun on the face. Siler just going to keep on running. Crimson Guard activated. Ice Blast is there. Visage Familiars. He may die in the fountain. It's going to be close. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, no, never mind. I thought they re-engaged. Nope, he survives. So Roche back up in 60 seconds. And see, like, whenever they run together, they're actually really strong. And they just can't separate anymore. They just got to resign themselves, I think, in my opinion, to 5-man Doto. Because otherwise, they're just going to get picked apart.
Yep. BKB for Sylar. So that's going to be very effective. 10-second BKB for him. Something's coming on the Courier. It's another smoke. And they want to possibly use this one into Roshan, although we don't know exactly when it's going to respawn after this. So we'll find that out here relatively soon. It's going to be actually a Shadow Blade for the Sniper, too. This pickup I call me crazy. Shadowblade was somewhat effective on the troll, but I actually don't like it on sniper. I don't think he really needs it this game.
What would you rather have? A blink dagger,
Sure.
a blink dagger, an extra gold, or a Shadowblade? I think, to me, there's only one answer to that question.
Yeah, I would rather the blink dagger or just raw damage. Like, I don't know. I don't think that, like, Shadowblade, you get the extra attack speed, but it's not very good for the cost at all. It's
Lasso wasted on a troll illusion.
Huh.
They know exactly where they are now. And Demons, yeah, you better clear out, son. As he pops the ulti in. They got to decide what the plan is. They're taking Roshan. They're taking it mighty slow, though. They're going to get this tower for 3. And this is what I'm saying, like the whole splitting up thing. They're going to throw out an ice blast, and they're going to fall back and wait on creeps. They should be willing to re-engage here. No, they're actually really scared of the reprisal. Just backing off the tower entirely. Now they finally use Troll's ulti and secure another Aegis. I'm actually really... That's just a bad call from LGD. They were so scared they were going to be snuck up on and 5-manned, and instead they end up giving up an opportunity to push the tower. It is very low, and they can't take another run at it. And it looks like LV actually wants to try to catch Yao. Be a good catch if they can get it. They're going to end up giving their tier 2 up in the process if they do, though.
There's the sentry.
So dead. Yeah, how's that Shadowblade treating you?
Yeah, nice Shadowblade, bro.
Bro Cephas.
And they still haven't pushed this tower. I'll say they initially backed up because since they were at Roche and LGD doesn't have the vision there, they thought maybe they were smoking behind him. And since they didn't have the Visage with them, there would be a 5-on-4 exchange that they didn't want to take.
Yep.
And so it looks like they will take it now, and it will be free, I imagine. Yeah, there's no glyph. But obviously LV getting a much better trade out of that. Roshan plus a kill on their core sniper, who's just got pretty terrible farm right now, and the farm that he has is going to items I don't even think it's going to help him that much.
Yep. Still the Lycan is a little chubby, a little poofy. And he's going to continue to be so. He's by far the highest in net worth right now. By far. Like, 28, 29 minutes, he's basically an Ags ahead of the Troll. If there's any good news, though, it is that the Bristleback's not far behind the Troll, and Bristle, with this kind of a build, looks like he's going to go Shivas. Yeah, he's definitely going Shivas as a Mystic Staff and a Plate Mail. Like, he is going to be so tanky. And he's going to be lassoed. Let's see if they got the damage to bring him down. Tanky or not. It's taking him a while. There's going to be an Ice Blast. BKBs were used, though. Crimson Guard did go off. There's the mech to try to keep him up. Ulti goes off from the Vino. It's a 1-for-0 so far. And Demons has to eat that in the mouth. And yeah, tanky or not, you get lassoed and you're not together and you're not ready to fight as 5. That's going to happen to them. They've got to stick together. Can
you imagine if they just had 1 Force Staff on that team?
Yeah.
Like, he just easily lives right there. I'm wondering if that's what they're going to reevaluate now. Because like, Force Staffs are going to be really good for this kind of peak for LV, where you can get kited easily, but a simple little push in the right direction can actually just really stifle the plans of LGD. So I'm wondering if someone invests in that now. Like, I know they're getting their core items, like Len, he really wants his Ags. They're all getting Ghost Scepters. Obviously, Ancient Apparition wants his Ags too, and he's on his way. But, like, for instance, if I'm Demons right now, perfect contender. He's almost got 2,200. Could sell something for that. I think Force Staff is definitely going to be effective for LB. We'll have to see if they agree with that.
Yeah, get rid of your magic stick.
Sure, yeah.
Grab a Force Staff. I like it. Scotty on Inflame, so it's not as if he's dragging that much behind. But, like, look at this. They're so separated. Like, this is just how they get in trouble. Inflame Shadowblades. And gets eyes on Lycan. Decides to go right toe-to-toe with him, even though he knows others are there. Look at the damage. And now, though, he's taking damage on the backup. And the Wolves are going to stay on him and keep tabs on him. But the rest of his team's 4-manning down bottom. They want to try to find a kill. They have a ward down. They just saw Face scurry by. And in July was in the vicinity as well. And doesn't look like they're going to find it. Why in the world, Trouf, don't they get together as 5 and shove down bottom?
Maybe they're scared of counter. I mean, they do have some good counter pushing from LGD, but they probably should. Like, they have a BKB on Chirol. They have the Aegis. That was the biggest mana mode part I've seen of this game. Like, he just walked up, didn't even Lothar, just walked up, uphill, no vision. That was just total balls of steel from Inflame there.
And the spread's on. Like, the Visage Familiars are pushing in top now. And they've got 2 out in the jungle. Like, they have to threaten. Like, they have to show themselves to be a threat. And In mid, In Flame's kind of there on his own. That he just has a little bit of time left on him, but not a ton. There's the Shiva's done on the Bristleback, which is handy dandy, sure. But once again, it's going to be LGD who's looking to take the initiative. Like, they're just continuing to hang around. And because of that, they're going to end up pushed back. Lin has to TP back to the tier 3. They're now going to use the Lothars on In Flame. I'm surprised we haven't seen a gym yet. When we see a gym, it could get very problematic for LV, because right now In Flame's going man mode. He comes out of it. And, yep, that's going to be Demons. Follows it up. They catch Faith. Sylar, in the meantime, is going to ulti, and he's just going to bail. Faith is super dead. And lack of stuns, lack of slows, what have you. Sylar able to make it away. Did cost an ulti, though. In the meantime, in July, TPing away. And the Familiars actually doing some damage. Demons is stuck for the moment. Yeah, they actually have to drop down as he blinked in the trees. He'll be able to blink out, and he may be able to... Nope, didn't go for it. Thought he would blink in there and try to catch him on the rebound, but not the case.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't get the kill, and he'd probably just get himself stuck again, so...
Yeah.
There's the blink for... Okay, another smorgasbord set of items here from the Veno. First, I thought it was straight Ags, then now it's a Ghost Scepter to interrupt it. Now he's got a blink. Okay, so at least he has an initiation with it.
Yep.
And once he does get that Ags, though, it will be good for him. And it's actually not going to be a 4-staff. It's going to be, I think, another Halberd for Demons. I saw he bought a Sange.
Yep.
As this courier goes out to him. Yeah, so another Halberd.
I can dig it, man. They are going with stuff... You know, you see, it's not like Halberd's a strange, unknown item. But it is, you don't see two of them in too many games. They're doing what needs to be done and not worrying about anything else. MKB is something we should worry about, though. And now there's going to be... What was In Flame doing? And, yeah, he has to BKB and run. He lost his Aegis, and he's probably dead anyway. Demons mechs him, and he is hustling, but not a whole lot I think he can do. BKB up by Sylar. And there's the Assassinate. And one more chomp. Oh, wow.
Miss.
He missed. He missed, and it wore off. Are you kidding me? He chased him the entire length of the map, and now Sylar with no BKB and no ulti. The greed. LV feasts on the wolf. Oh, my God. He dove forever away. He literally ran from here to here. And this is one happy guy, In Flame, wearing a big old smile.
I'm gonna finish that face with some question mark ears, but
question mark ears.
That's what my ears look like if you look down here. Look at the face, question mark ears. Anyway, I can't. I'm a terrible artist. Anyway,
Me too.
No, I don't blame him. Like, he should have got that kill. One more auto attack, 60% chance of the miss, and it does happen. So can't say he was lucky. Like 60% is in his favor to actually miss that. So
yep.
But it is unfortunate.
It took so much for him to get there. He got the drive-by mech from the Alchemist, who basically just stood here and was like, mech, and then they they just took on, just kept running, and he just stood around. And that was actually really funny. That's a really funny sequence, and it resulted in a very, very important kill. And it actually was the Bristleback that got that kill too, and that's huge in and of itself. So he's got 2,000 gold tucked away. He's got 29 armor with when he's in range of the Bassi, and he's got 2,000 HP, a Halberd, and a Crimson Guard to mitigate physical damage. There's that second Halberd you were talking about.
Yep, Halberd, Noto, and that's Aegis. Or sorry, the Roshan's going to respawn here. We'll see in just a second how much time. And they're pinging out something here. Not sure what. I keep hearing stuff, and I have to make sure. It's okay. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Very good time, and it's going to be an MKB here for Sniper. Obviously good against the mischance, but the thing is he should be far back anyway, that he's not getting hit with those whirling axes ever.
Yeah.
So I also question this pickup, too. I don't know that Yao's pickups this game have really been that sound, to be quite frank with you.
All right, LGD smoked up. This is where you have to worry for LV. If they get initiated on, especially when they're just as 4 like this, it could get real ugly really quickly. Their 5th is coming, and Lin actually... Oh, he actually ulted nothing. No, he actually did get the bat. There's an ice path on the way. And behind that, Wow, Demons actually gets caught out by his own stun. That's a big misstep. And now Sylar's on the run. And he got halberded. BK beat it off. And they're continuing to chase. ZYF continuing to be chased down. In Flame in the meantime gets lassoed. He's going to end up dead. And now all those concerns we had early kicking in. ZYF's doing decent damage with his quills. Yao's going to end up dead here. Yeah, he just killed Yao. And the gem's on the ground. Here comes DDC, but it's just him. And they should be able to escape relatively easily here. Ends up being a 3 for 3 all told. Unfortunately, it was the 2 supports that survived for LV. And one of the cores, the most important core, Lycan, surviving on the side of LGD.
Yeah, this is the innate problem with Troll, okay? So he goes in with the Lothars, or I gotta keep calling it by his right name, the Shadow Blade, he initiates, and then he pops his BKB because he has to, gets the kill, but then the question is, how do you disengage? You can't really. And that's just the big problem with him. You either have to get the kill so fast that your BKB is still active. But since you always get an early BKB on Troll, it's not going to be active that long. Now it's down to 8 seconds. It's actually, I'm surprised it's at 8 seconds. So he's done a pretty good job about keeping his Black King bar usage frugal. But that will be the main problem as we approach the late game.
Well, there are a couple of missteps in that fight too. Vino ulted nobody but the bat.
Yeah.
And did it from the low ground. Can't have that.
Alchemist doing nothing.
Killed him. Yeah, he basically killed himself. Tried the unstable concoction, couldn't find a target. Blew it up on his own face, and then he died immediately afterwards. Let's see. Gold graph? Yeah. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about. There's so little room for error for LV that even just one fight like that being lost feels devastating. And it is. Roche is going to be a nice thought. Let's see if they can get it. See tier 2 and mid being pinged out. Looks like LGD just wants buildings.
If this will get scouted out, but I imagine with the Troll ulti here, he's not even going to use it. He wants to save it, actually. I guess he doesn't need it. So this is going to go down again. Another Roshan.
Troll gets it. Here's the fight. They are all surrounded. Are they going to back off of it? Crimson Guard has been used. ZYF looking to go uphill. Gets hit with a multicast. Look at them. I mean, they're all bursting him really well. But there's a 2-man unstable concoction. Can they follow it with any kind of damage? Inflame got lassoed. He's down. Lin, once again, ultis doesn't catch much of anything. That's 2 really bad ultis, and we've already lost the Aegis on the side of LV as well. MMY, hemmed up, and he's going to kill Lin. No, he didn't, actually. I thought he was going to be able to get one more solo assumption off. Faith manages to make it away. So they trade their Aegis for a Visage. Not acceptable.
Yep, and he couldn't even get the kill on the Yoga that TP'd out. Tried to get a first hit bash, but yeah, it's crazy how fast this Bristleback goes down despite him going for like pure tank mode. He has evasion, he has ridiculous amounts of armor, he has the Crimson Guard active, he's got a heart almost in a second. But when they keep attacking him from the front side, it doesn't seem like he's nearly that effective in being tanky.
Yeah, he needs to stop being the one who leads in. Well, I don't know what else he does. I'm beginning to think a blink, like you had suggested, is kind of necessary. He needs to blink into the party and then just run around.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, he's losing half his health just trying to get close enough to be able to goo them.
Yeah, I didn't. Did you catch the Venom ulti again? Was it effective this time more so?
No.
That's what I feel like too. I feel like they need him to cast the ulti and then make LGD sporadic, kind of run around a little bit, because I feel like LGD is getting too much room to just focus the Bristleback down.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not hard whenever they come out and they go, okay, I know at least 2 or 3 of you up here, so we're just going to charge. And he got about right here and just got focused by everyone. It was down to half before anything else happened. There's a lasso on the Lin. Bad kill. Good kill for LGD. Bad kill to give up if you're LV. And I think this lineup's beginning to run out of steam. The gold graph has turned downwards a bit in their favor. But the kill potential is it just feels so much tremendously higher on the side of LGD.
Yeah, there's a sheep stick on MMY too. I think he had this last fight as well. There's your initiation. Blink on Troll. So at least now he can disengage with one of them. It seems pretty silly though on paper. We'll see if it can actually be effective.
Well, towers are going to melt. They need a win here. They got 2 on the high ground. Can they follow it? There's the Ice Blast. Gets there in time. Got Yao. Siler has the BKB. Has his ulti in 10 seconds. CYF in the meantime right on him. Banging away. Demons chasing him down. He has the halberd. If they can get Siler here, it's going to be a gigantic win. And they will. They just have to not lose their whole team. And they're going to get in July as well. Inflame putting that Scotty to use. And that's a gem up there. I don't even know if they noticed it. Yeah, they sure did. Demons went and got it. And big difference there. What was it? Initiation. They actually got a good stun off. They hit a couple. This It completely broke the fight into disarray for LGD. They didn't, half had to run one way, half had to run the other. They have the ability to run these heroes down. And there's a hard up on ZYF, BT Dog, so he's 6 slotted for all intents and purposes. He's got a TP. I guess he could sell that. But he is basically there.
Yeah, I actually don't know how they got caught with the Alchemist stun. I feel like he was in vision, and it was at least heard. Or, I don't know, that just getting double stunned by an Alchemist stun when that's your only stun on the side of LV is pretty damn bad. Sniper was sitting there long enough. I thought for sure the AA Blast was gonna miss just because Sniper would have had time to move. But he didn't, and that Ice Blast is so good for them. Oh my god, the damage coming out with the Troll ulti is devastating.
They need this.
Lycan's not buying
hasn't bought back. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is. He has it. He absolutely has it. And there's going to be a lasso. They're going to try to get Demons on the way back. Lycan still hasn't bought back, but they're not going to need to kill Demons. Just fed the gym back in the meantime. But that's a set of racks. Not the end of the world. I shouldn't even say a set. It's and racks, as they did get the melee, however. And I have got to give LV all the credit in the world. Every time it feels like they're running out of gas, and I really thought they have. When they gave up like 2 or 3 consecutive kills, and the Vino was whiffing ults, and it just wasn't working out, it's just like, oh, well, they've hit the wall. Nope, they broke through, even if just for a minute. And they are keeping this close. It is less than 2,500 gold separating the teams, and the levels are actually favoring LV right now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Lycan's, here's the problem if you're LGD is what's going to be kind of scary. You're not going to get a lot bigger than you are right now. Like, Yao's got just about 6. Yeah, he's basically 6 slotted until he sells his Midas. So, I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot more lethal. And they just beat you. They just beat you and took your racks.
Well, I will say that Yao can grow a little bit because the Daedalus is going to cost a lot of money, and he's still going to have to save up for, roughly 2,000 gold over what he needs for that item. And then his last slot, which could be, say, Butterfly, which is 5,500. He's going to need 7,000 on top of, or 7,000 for that total. So it's going to take him actually quite some time to get 6 slotted if you're accounting for buyback saving as well.
Yeah.
But when the Axe comes out from Venomancer 2, I really feel like the initiation is going to be there. And the crit now on top of the blink from Troll, he just got a blink, had a crit before that as well. He's actually extremely farmed. And I don't know why the Batrider does not have BKB, but he needs it. He needs to BKB and then go in. He can't get stunned or slowed with the Gale while he's in the middle of trying to pull someone back with the lasso. It's devastating. He went for Shivas instead. I don't think that's the item. I think the items are kind of questionable from LGD. Like the Sniper's items, no BKB on Bat. That's pretty much it, but yeah, I think they really need that BKB.
I wonder if the Bat's choice to only get BKB now isn't related to a topic you bring up fairly often, which is not wanting to burn through your charges and instead have everything be fresh in the late game. I wonder if that's not a part of it.
Well, speaking of that, that's actually really bad for Lycan because he's at a 5-second BKB. Yeah, and that's going to be very troublesome for him.
And we see, when Lycan, basically, if Lycan doesn't have his ult, doesn't have his BKB, he actually dies really quick. Lin's going to get an ulti off this time. He got 3. And let's see if they're going to follow it. ZY's trying to chase him. Here comes the Ice Blast. And got nobody. Split the wickets, unfortunately for them. Bat's making it out to the side. Demons was chasing. And no stun. Fair amount of damage. But even the Bat being elusive, he doesn't have a TP at the moment. And are they still trying? Yeah, they're trying to get the familiars. They're resummoned to get them back to safety. Yep, they found in July. No TP. He is dead. Dead skis. And he actually lassos in flame just because, I guess. But that's a win, and that's a gem. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, and this is what I talked about, too. If this did go late somehow, with even amounts of farm, Demons is going to start to carry as a, secondary carry as well. He's almost going to Salt Crest.
Yep.
That's really good for him. The armor reduction is just insane. So yeah, this Lycan was feeling very, very strong just because he had so much more farm than everyone 20 minutes ago. But now that it's evening out, God, they're starting to get way too tanky for him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm again, just so impressed with LV. We both were on the LGD train for this and stuck to it, because it just felt like 1 or 2 mistakes were going to screw them. And they did make some mistakes, but they have managed to keep the game not just close, but well within range. And now they actually lead the game for the first time in what has to be 40 minutes or more. ZYF, though, does get Hex. They're trying to bring him down, and they will be able to focus fire him. He's going to biff it, but now here comes the rest of LV trying to chase down the Siler, and they got him. They managed to bring him down. And In Flame secures the kill. In the meantime, Demon's caught from behind. There's a fire blast. He ends up dead, but this whole time, they are taking the tier 3. It's a 2 for 1, but the one down is the Lycan. And there's going to be the ulti from Lin. He held on to it for a while. Lycan doesn't have buyback. Lin should be able to get away here, and they're going to get in July for free. Lin makes it back to the high ground, but the familiars are chasing them, and we see Yao. His damage output really kick in there. Ends up being a 2 for 3 with a tier 3. And I'm pretty sure they wanted more than that. But I guess they'll have to take what they can get. It did all end up favoring LV. Was there a buyback there that I missed? It seems like there had to have been. Yeah, the sniper bought back. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I was going to say, how in the hell did they end up coming out so far ahead when it didn't look like it? But I guess I just flat up didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's right. The jump in there from the troll was pretty effective. That last bash actually onto Lycan really sealed his doom. It was very, very fortuitous and a big, big win for them because he didn't have buyback for himself. So very good. I'm actually wondering if Bristleback goes for BKB because if he gets sheeped, he's not nearly as tanky. And I think BKB just makes him completely invulnerable to that because that sheep is owning him. The extra stuns and slows they don't really hurt him, but really annoy him.
Yeah.
But it's mainly this Hex coming out from the Visage.
Nope,
he goes for Basher. Okay. So he wants to take it up a notch as far as aggression.
Yep. And Roche spotted out. LGD aware. And they see the ping. Ping, 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 ping. And they know where it is. Down it goes. Has the gem on him. And let's see how LGD wants to play this. They know Roshan can drop in a heartbeat to either team if they get everyone in there. Roshan looks like they want the Lycan. Leading with the Wolves. Lin's trying to keep an eye on things, and yeah, they're just going to go right for it. And it's so dead. These are two amazing Roshan teams. Lin's going to go in, and now the Ice Blast. He's going to end up getting a lot of damage done here, but the BKB was deployed. And now Lin's going to end up dead. Demon's coming in to try to clean house, but he's caught out by himself. In the meantime, how in the hell did ZYF end up there? And LGD is now punishing them for this. Behind that, we see DDC being chased down. There's a very low on MMY. They actually got him with the slow. And now, In Flame going to try to clean up from behind. He will be able to get Faith as well. What a weird, bizarre fight. How in the world did ZYF end up here? Flame break?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. It has to be the flame break. They need a 4-staff on him. He's actually bringing himself a TP so he can TP to this tower right here and then drop off his item for himself. Yep. And that, oh my god, dude, this troll is critting so hard. And with the Scotty on top of it, it's so good for him. Yep, there's the 4-staff for the Ancient Apparition. Very much needed. But look at the Ancient Apparition again. DDC.
Yep.
Going crazy. 6-0-11. Has yet to die in this crazy game among Batrider Lasso, the Sniper with the long-range attacks. Very, very well played from him. Both.
You want to know what's nuts? He's next to last in terms of net worth. He feels fat, but he's not. Like, not compared to anyone else on the map.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone is just like, we're getting into, like, this is another 50-minute game. Getting in the true 6-slot territory. Who's got buyback? Sniper does not. He bought that last time. I don't think Lycan can fight without the Sniper. Yeah, this is a good decision from them. Like, they could have bought back on the Visage, could have bought back on the Ogre. But without the Sniper, Lycan just gets focused by everything. Like, whenever they can divide up their attention and have the Lycan just tunnel visioning some hero, then they have to deal with him while Yao sits in the back. They're all right. But I cannot tell you how impressed I am with this LV squad, man. Like, you know, again, the way they've played this out, the way that they've made this lineup work, a lineup that we both found very suspect and saw a lot of holes in, doesn't matter. They've outplayed them. They have played very well and had a very clear plan in place, and they have executed it. I won't say to perfection. There's been some ups and downs, as the graph can certainly indicate. But after a period from 25 minutes basically until about 45, for 20 minutes they were down. And they just never let LGD put together that critical mass point. And they now own the largest lead of any point in this game. And that's something LGD wants to change, as they're smoking 5 now.
If they intercept the troll, it's huge. He just bought a Satanic. He needs to blink or BKB out right now. Nope. He's probably dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yep. Wow, 4-time multicast on that. Not bad. He doesn't have buyback.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Just bought a Satanic.
Oh, wow.
They probably know it, too. Like, they had enough time to actually check his inventory there.
Drop his Crimson Guard.
Yeah, he needs a TP scroll. He needs to get back to base.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And they're trying to zone this out. They got to hold the line for 75 seconds. They can keep their racks up. The game is going to be in great shape. Where did he drop that drop his Crimson Guard?
Over here. On the side shop up here. He's actually bringing his courier to get it now.
Just a casual, very expensive item hanging out. All right. Cheese is on Siler. And they may want to make a run at it. 50 seconds now. LV needs to hold. If they hold, they're in great shape. If they lose everyone, they're in a lot of trouble because it'll just be the troll coming up by his lonesome. Siler, in July, wanting to grab a target and bring him on back for dinner for Siler. We're going to keep an eye on him. He is going to be key. There's Lynn. There's ZYF. And they're still thinking about going high ground, trying to keep an eye on the whole map here. Lynn is right on the other side of that wall. And they're playing with high ground. Oh, and July actually didn't find anyone. They are unable to punish him, but Siler's going to BKB anyway. Going to work. ZYF did get Hex, but Demons is right there just running interference. Manages to be caught from behind. This is actually really bad for LGD. They didn't do anything of worth. 8 seconds and the Troll's back up. What a missed opportunity. And now, are they going to get one? Yes, they're going to get Faith anyway. What a huge misstep. They had to pick their point to go. The bat went and couldn't find anyone. And because of that, Siler BKB'd only 5 seconds. He had to back when it expired. It looked totally uncoordinated. And now LV with Inflame backup, a fresh Satanic. And, Lynn's actually spotted by Siler. This is bad. He's going to Ghost Scepter. Doesn't have a TP because blink in 5 seconds. And yeah, look at this. Siler's too scared. Knows he can't risk doing what he's done for the most of the game, which is just go ult form and dive. And I don't even think he has it. Yeah, it was on cooldown anyway. Daedalus is done on Yao. Damage on a question. There's going to be the lasso that grabs Demons. And in July, it's going to die behind it. And Demons just able to mech through it. LV, with a lineup that looked like it could not possibly work, is winning this game handily. Bad Rider buys back. ZYF, Force Staff back. How about that Force Staff?
That was instant, by the way. The second he got hexed, instant Force Staff. DDC's insane, dude.
Yeah, no, he is really good. Super good. This is the last outer tier tower remaining. Demons has taken some fair damage, but even he's tanked up a bit. He's got a Vit booster. He's got his Assault Cuirass. He's got a Halberd. I mean, hell, he doesn't feel tanky right now, but he's got 2,200 health. And just compared to Inflame, who's sitting at 3,300 and almost 4K health for this crazy ZYF with an Abyssal Blade, a Shivas, a Heart, Crimson Guard. He's got 36 armor right now and 4,000 health. He's a raid boss.
And it actually goes down to the Dire in the middle tower right there. So they're getting on the tier 4s as well. Yeah, it's... Also, I touched on this just a little bit, but when you do get full stacks up on the Bristleback, say, he actually gets a DD on himself. No, that's a troll, never mind. But when you get full stacks on his Bristleback, like plus 250 damage, and you have the troll ulti on top of that, oh man, he actually hits so freaking hard too. Vlad just picked up by the Venomancer. Rapier. I mean,
that's desperation.
It's desperation. I don't think it's going to do much, though. We'll see.
Hello, Rapier Lycan. I don't think I've ever seen a Lycan with a Rapier. I've only seen a handful of heroes with Rapier. Seen Ember, seen Gyro, seen Anti-Mage, Phantom Lancer.
Juggernaut.
I've seen Jug Rapier. In pro games I've casted, by the way. I'm not talking, like, historically. But yeah, this is fun. This is a good game, and look at this. Just look how long LV weathered the storm, man. Like, at their high point until, like, about, like, 48 minutes, their high point was just being near even. They fought, and that was the concern we had. They fought through it. And this lineup has just found a way to work. Siler, out under cover of smoke. They're smoked right on the other side of the trees. Lynn is there as bait. Lynn's going to die really quickly if they decide to jump him. And, there's the lasso. Lynn, can he get his ulti off? Nope, they actually spent the Hex on him. Now Demons blinks ahead. They're going to work on the Faith, and they're going to be able to bring down Demons really quickly. Inflame, though, going to work on Yao. He's blown to pieces. Below that, DDC and ZYF catching a little bit of the Ignite, but Inflame is just doing work. They got the Lycan and GG! Rapier on the ground. Died in the trees, and yeah. Pick it up, DDC. Nah, don't worry about it. And I can't believe it. One of the most fun games I've casted all year. Game 2 of LV Gaming versus LGD goes the way of this composition. Venomancer, Troll Warlord, Alchemist, Ancient Apparition, and Bristleback. Brilliant play, ballsy draft, excellent execution.
Well, I can't say just yet that I'm a fan of Troll Warlord, but I can say I'm a fan of the Flame, because that guy is insane. Also, we didn't give him too much credit last game, unfortunately, but he deserved it, and he deserved it again this game, but DDC is just playing out of his mind on this Ancient Apparition. The fact that he didn't die at all is just so crazy to me. I mean, with a Bat Rider on the team especially. Visage, who had a very timely Ags on top of the Midas that he had earlier, which he did sell. But, yeah, very fantastic play by DDC. ZYF did what he had to. And Flame went crazy in the beginning of the game, too. Like, finding pickoffs, rotating. This is not a hero that you would think to rotate. This is not like a Puck or a Quap or something like that. This is a Troll. So very well played with the crazy quirky draft from LV, and it actually worked.
Yep. 16-5 for in Flame, 16-5-8 rather. Ancient Apparition, as you mentioned, didn't die once. That's a statement for an AA who finishes at level 21. Finished out leveling the Ogre Magi and the Bat Rider is the impressive one there. Really good Bristleback play from ZYF. And what can you say, man? Great game, great play. And what could be our last game of all Eastern Division matches is coming up next. Thanks for being a part of the broadcast, guys. As mentioned, it's now 2-0. And ZYF and company, they are rolling. They are looking good. Like, I'm struggling to find words. Like, they have looked good all season, and the question was, could they come onto this stage in the bubble race and get it done in a best of 5? They're now one game away from not only getting it done, but getting themselves to Vegas come January. I'm EC, and that's Trout. Make sure you hit follow here on twitch.tv/D2L if you haven't already. We certainly want to have you back in the future as many times as we possibly can. This is just the Eastern Division. Still got a lot of Western Division play ahead of us. So make sure you hit follow and check out the D2L elsewhere on Twitter and Facebook. It's D2LGG. I'm AC. You can find me on Twitter at AC, AYESEE, and that's at Tralfdota, TRALFDOTA. Game 3 on the way. We'll see